What up guys, so today I'm going to do a little build video. I know this isn't normally the style of videos that I do, but a lot of people are asking me, do I fly 1S? Why don't I fly indoors? You know, that's what Whoop's for, and I live in a shoebox so I can't really fly indoors. But when I do, and when I do fly a 1S, I have a particular build that I would suggest and I always stick with, because for me, and sticking on 1S is the best freestyle build. So we'll start off from here, 65mm. First thing I start with is the Happy Model 65mm frame. The reason I use this frame and not the Beta frame is this performs a lot better. I mean a lot better, but it's weak as fuck. I mean, like, it's pretty much like the V2 Mobile 7 kind of strength. You are going to break them. I've got fucking loads of these and I just replace them straight away because you can break them and they'll fly. I mean, I think my record for breaks on a frame before it actually had to land and just like, you know, right, you're going to have to switch frames, is 9 breaks on the frame, and it was still flying perfect. So they go forever. So that's why I use this frame, because it performs a lot better. Strength-wise, shite, but performance, a lot better. So that's the frame. Flight controller, the standard Crazy Bee F3 1S. Again, you can get a better flight controller, and I think the reason I use this one is because it's not as good. I know that doesn't make sense, but when you're throwing in, because your drones are so, Whoops are so light, I don't know with the Mobile 7 if it's the PID loop or something, but there's something there preventing you from being aggressive. If someone can help me with this as well, because I've never done PIDs on the stock M7 before, if someone can help me get rid of that, I don't know what it is, it's almost like the PID loop's too high or something stops you from... Anyway, but if anyone's got any advice on the F3 Pro 2S version, give me some. But the reason I use this one is because you can be a lot more aggressive with it, because it just, I don't know, it just seems like the PID loop's lower or something, and I can kind of throw it around the way I want to throw it around. Again, same with the frame, this has its own issues. I think if you're running on D16 or whatever it is on your receiver, you get this, what we call, in my community, call an ESC twitch. It's almost like a failsafe, but like for a split second, like and you get them once in a blue moon with this board. I know for a fact there is a fix for that. I've seen so many people post about it. I don't care. You know, I fly for freestyle, so yeah. But when you get this board, the main thing to do to get that fucking extra power is to upgrade the pigtail. The thing it comes on is shit. I mean, you are losing like 20% power with that. So I use a thicker one. I don't know the right gauge of wire or what even this is fucking called. It's a JS something, yada yada. It's a thick fucking pigtail and it gives it a lot more fucking boost. So that's why I use that. I get this one. This one comes free with a pack of Crazy Pony 260 lipos. So if you get them lipos, the 1S lipos, you'll quite likely get one of these for free. That's the best one. So that's that. Camera. All-in-one camera, all the time on the 1S builds, just for lightness. The UR65 all-in-one camera weighs 3 gram, and I think the 3 gram mark is what you need. I think this one come off the Mobile 7, and I think it weighs 3.3. Not that it makes such a difference when it comes to the 1S builds, that extra 0.3 of a gram. So yeah, 3 gram all-in-one camera. It doesn't have to be the UR65 one, it can be anything that's 3 gram. I just suggest the UR65 one because it's the one I always used. So, all-in-one camera, no canopy anymore, straight back onto the old school camera mount. Weight, again obviously, that doesn't need much explanation, but that's from Crazy Pony as well. Motors, let me just check this because I'm shit with motor size. 0603 19 kV Happy Model motors. The reason I use the 0603 is it's just a little bit lighter. Again, the ones that come on the Mobile 7, I can't remember off the top of my head what they are. And that's the kind of style that Tiny Whoop are selling these days and everything else. And they are smoother. Don't get me wrong, they're a lot smoother. In fact, if you build one of them builds, your build is going to be a lot smoother than what I'm teaching you right now. This is barely for performance. If you don't care about a bit of smoothness or whatever, and you just want bare punch and be able to pull off tricks, then this is the build for you. I think, anyway, my opinion. So yeah, the Happy Model 19 kV 0603, is that right? Yep, 0603 are the motors of choice today. The UR65 ones, I think, are 16 kV or 17 kV. They're just as good, don't get me wrong. you know, I stick with the Happy Model ones for that extra bit of punch, and just, you know, sponsored by Happy Model, so selling products, you know what I mean. So the motors, 0603, 19 kV, Happy Model motors. And last but not least, props. Props. Personally, guys, I couldn't give a fuck about props. When it comes to this size, I know GemFam and HQ have, yeah, they've made it different now. You can actually get a decent prop for a Whoop. But if you don't want to spend £3 for, or £2 for a pack of 4 props, the Eachine EO11s, someone can correct me there, Eachine EO11s, they come free with loads of them. You type that in on the internet, you'll come up with fucking stacks of these things. They cost tuppence and they perform really well. So that's what I'm going with that. So, after explaining everything what I've got here, let's get building, shall we? So, first things first, oh yeah, the soldering iron. A lot of people, and I know a lot of you, even people who don't solder very much, they'll go out and buy this fucking shit hot soldering iron or whatever it costs, the T something yada yada, whether you plug in the LiPo and it comes with all your voltage and shit. I'm on the third one of these soldering irons. This soldering iron cost me £3.99. I've had it 3 of them in the last 2 years. £3.99. I can just throw it in the bin and it's, you know what I mean, I've still not spent the same price as it is for a proper soldering iron. I just keep replacing these when they break. Again, if you guys have got the money to go out and buy the best equipment you want, I mean, you're probably better off doing that, but I'm just saying, it's not all about the money. You know, you can make do with what you got. In fact, I've seen people burning fucking pins and using a pin to solder with. It's quite impressive. Good one to know if you're on the field as well and you've got nothing to solder with or something comes off. If you carry a pin around with you all the time and just get a lighter and burn that pin end, you can get these wires back on. You can resolder them on the field with a lighter and a pin. So there's a little tip. That was from my mate Mike as well, that I was flying with last week, so if you want to jump on his channel, he told us about that one. A great little tip there. So, right, let's get on with this build, shall we? So first things first, flight controller out. Let's get this little bit of soldering done, shall we? Now I know, well, I've already taken the pigtail off this one, but you can get the gist. In fact, guys, before I even make this video, this flight controller don't even work. In fact, half these things I'm building with right now don't work. They're all broken. I'm just using this as an example to show you the build. So I'm literally building this for you guys, and I'm going to take it apart again. It's good fun. So I'm just letting my soldering iron warm up right now. In fact, while that's warming up, let's get these chuck these motors in anyway. I don't know if black's clockwise or red's clockwise. Does it even matter these days? I know with the brushed, I know with the brushed motors it made a big difference, but I don't actually know if it makes a difference anymore. I'm sure one of you lot in the fucking comments can tell me if it's actually worth shit anymore. I don't know. I just fucking fly them anyway around. It doesn't matter to me. If they are backwards when you get, you know, the drone out and shit, then, you know, just get yourself into BL Heli and Beta Flight and just switch them back around. I don't see any problem in that anymore. But again, if I'm wrong here, someone tell me. Oh, actually, saying that, while I'm putting these motors on, another thing that makes this frame not as good as this frame, but better in some senses, where the motor wires come through, I don't know if you can see that, it's right on the strut there, and that's not good. Not good at all, because it's always pushing the wire up. Compared to this one, oh yeah, I've got one motor in there. You can see where the wire comes out, and it's between the struts. It's just a little bit better, but it's heavy. I mean, I want performance, not fucking, you know, I'm not asked about shit breaking on me when it comes to something this size, to be honest. Some of you lot might be. And when I finish this build, I will explain a bit about, you know, what I think is, you know, if you wanted to upgrade this a bit and make it not less performance, but more sturdy, I will show you a couple of upgrades for that as well in a sec. Let's chuck these fucking motors on. I can smell that soldering iron is nearly ready now, so I think we'll jump onto that in a sec. We'll jump onto that now quickly. I'll carry on with the motors in a sec. So, first things first, I'll just chuck the pigtail on first. Yeah, again, this one's from Crazy Pony. You can get them from Beta FPV, you can get them from anywhere, but it is, apart from the lightness, you know, replacing all the parts to make it lighter, this pigtail is the biggest thing with these flight controllers. You need to upgrade it. Even on the F3 Pro and the F4 Pro and whatever, they all need upgrading. I mean, I think with the 2S ones, you don't really need to upgrade it because you've got enough juice, but yeah, with this one, you definitely need to upgrade it. So let me just chuck this on quickly. Do you need solder? Well, yeah, you should do really, but am I going to use any? Nah, just fucking chuck it on there. So anyway, that's pigtail done. Let's get this camera chucked on. Smart audio. I don't even know if this board accepts smart audio, but I don't use it, so, you know, I don't need it. I just, if I need to change something, I'll go up to the drone and change it. It's a bit easier that way, really, isn't it? Instead of setting up all these Luna scripts on your radio and all that shit. I ain't got time for that. Who's got their Mobile 7 HD now then? Is anyone going to drop me some footage in the comment section? Because I'd love to see some of you guys flying it. I'm not flying that one right now because what's up with mine? Oh, I blew a ESC on it the other day. And how did I do that? Before anyone says, oh, it's faulty or something like that, I was turtle moding into water. I didn't know there was water on the ground. So that happened. That was like the stupidest, hardest soldering joint ever. And yeah, it gets harder. Like, I know I was just saying about soldering, I should do it right and stuff like that. But yeah, I know I'm doing it stupidly. Do not copy what I do because I'm a fucking idiot. But just cleaning your soldering iron like all the time really helps. You know, re-tinning the tip of your soldering iron will make shit a lot easier. Yeah, I just again, I'm just a lazy cunt really. Yeah, I hope you guys appreciate this as well because I fucking hate soldering so much. So that's it. We got camera, new pigtail on. The pigtail could have done with trimming down a little bit. Again, this is for you know, for you guys' purpose, this video. So I ain't gonna be spending too much time making it perfect today. In fact, to be honest, I don't spend much time making anything perfect, pretty much ever. So yeah, don't worry about that. Bomb. Right. Motors in. Flight controller all soldered up. Let's get some rubbers off this this frame here. Has anyone got a good technique of doing this bit as well? Because I fucking hate doing it. So putting all the rubbers on and trying to get the rubbers onto the standoffs, it just pops off all the time. In fact, if it's starting to take the piss now, I'm editing it out, or I'll put this section in fast forward if it takes me like 5 minutes to get these fucking rubbers on. And they stuck in sideways then. It's been a long time since I've built or even flown one of these. Yeah, I think just before I had my accident and I was in that wheelchair was the last time I flew a 1S. Oh, no, it was the first night out of hospital. I've got a video called Afterglow that's the Snapper 7, not really the Snapper 7, it's actually just this build, but again, I call it Snapper 7 because it's got them components on it. But yeah, this build against the Mobile 7, and to be honest, that night, it was, I'll put a link down to that below, another link in a minute. But that night, I enjoyed this build a lot more than my Mobile 7 because it had been so long, and you can just be so technical with this build. The tricks you can throw out can be so rapid and so fast. It just lets you do it. I don't know why. I really want to know what the difference is between this and the Pro version. Why the Pro version won't let you fly aggressively. Oh my god, he's done it. 4th attempt, it's in. Right, again, while we use this little camera mount, it's all to do with weight of this build, so let's get this camera mount in. How to attach the camera into the camera mount as well. I normally use a rubber band. Again, weight, but a rubber band and a tiny bit of hot glue will go a long way with this. Trust me, man. It's strong. It's worthy. Don't worry, guys. I ain't wasting your time here. If you build one of these, you're going to be impressed. You can probably tell this isn't, yeah, if you guys just find this video, I've not seen my videos before, this is not my, you know, forte as much. I don't do these, so much talking to the camera and trying to waffle on. I mean, I do a bit of vlogging, but nothing like this, no build videos before. So, if it turns out shit, guys, just skip it, because, you know, I don't mind, it's not my forte. I just wanted to get some, do something a little bit different. I'm going to try and keep stuff like this coming up. There will be a trick tutorial coming up this week if the weather changes a little bit, and it's going to be I'm going to do it backwards as well, if you know what I mean by that. I'm going to do the harder tricks first and work my way back to starting to rolls, just so people who can already do the basics you know, don't have to wait a month till we get to the expert parts. We just start with the expert parts and work our way back to the basics for you guys. So we're pretty much there. We got plugs to go in and props to go on. Yeah, you can fly this with tri-blades as well, and it actually is still fucking pretty damn good. In fact, there isn't a lot of difference when you put the tri-blades on it, and I don't know why. Normally that's a really big difference when you change props like that. But with this build, one of my mates who I used to work with, who used to fly all the time, he used to fly bi-blades on this build, and used to just fucking sail with me. I mean, tricks and stuff like that. He was fine sound. I think it's just because of the weight. I don't have any scales on me either, guys, so I don't even know how much this fucker weighs. So I'm sorry to say, if you want to know the weight of this build, you are going to have to build it and weigh it. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I'm still carrying on with this, but in fact, we don't need to. There we go, guys. So just a little elastic band over the camera and a tiny bit of hot glue will do your sail. As well, camera angle on the 1S build. You know, a little bit of angle, but pretty much flat. There is no point in doing, you know, what I do with the Mobile 7 and going up to like the 65 and 70 range camera angle, because it just don't have the power. You're going to be, you know, struggling. And a nice flat camera angle doesn't make a difference with tricks and stuff. The only trick that you cannot do, and you cannot do, because I've tried, is an inverted orbit or a trippy spin. You can't do that with this kind of camera angle. It's just not possible. Yeah, but apart from that, you can pull any other trick with a camera angle like this. Matty flips and stuff like that are actually easier with a flat camera angle, that I will explain in my trick tutorial. So I hope that was informative for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed that. This little thing will rip balls. I'm going to link at the comments below, in the description below, at the very top, some footage of this bad boy when it's punching and when it's flying good. And you will see the kind of performance you can actually get out of these little 65mm 1S builds, and you won't regret it. So I'll go back here again here. So this, yeah. So now this is the best performing 1S build, my opinion, you can get. It really is, again, my opinion, before anyone sticks up about that. But it is weak. Don't get me wrong, it is weak as shit. It really is weak. You're going to break that frame fast, you're going to break shit fast, but it performs well. What can you do to make it a little bit better? Yeah, we can switch it out to the, sorry, that's been sprayed and it's all fucked up. Switch out to the Beta 65mm V3, I think it's the V3 frame. Beta frame, a lot stronger, not as good in performance. A canopy on this bad boy would protect that camera antenna a lot, but you're going to get more weight, it's not going to perform as well. So what do you guys think? I hope you really enjoyed this one. The link to this flying is going to be at the top of the description right now. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It's new for me. If you did, smash it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike and let me know so I don't waste my time doing this again. Thank you very much, guys. Take it easy.